It's been an exciting 2026 FIFA World Cup so far, and for the African teams, they are not allowing themselves to be intimidated as they are churning out a great result in their respective games. We'll be talking so much about the FIFA World Cup on this week's episode of Sport Pizza. Not forgetting the FIFA ranking that's just been released. Wait for the update because it's really a very thrilling one. We'll also dash to the world of tennis, where we also have a very exciting news. Serena Williams is back in the news. So much to talk about on this week's episode of Sport Pizza. I'll go on this short break, and when we come back, it's straight to action. Do join us again. Welcome back, and many thanks to you out there for joining us on this week's episode of Sport Pizza. I'm not going to be doing it alone. I've got my strike partner on the show today. Kelechi Nwosu. Is great once again to have you on the show.
As always, I'm pleased whenever I sit here to talk a bit of sports with you.
All right, how have you been enjoying the FIFA World Cup? You know, the timing, the fact that we have to wake up in the middle of the night, just like it brings me, when we jog our memory back to the year 1994 during the USA FIFA World Cup. We usually watch the World Cup in the middle of the night, and now it's back, and it's been exciting.
And it's not strange to me. It's not strange to me. You talked about 1994. Don't forget, also in Brazil in 2014, there were odd hours, in which matches were played. Yeah. So, and I've done a series of World Cups, so I'm very used to it. Sometimes I drift into sleep and come right back up. Yeah. In between those matches.
Some of the games can be very exciting.
Yes.
That you have to, your eyes are open, and while watching, you close your eyes again, and you don't even miss some of the excitement. But when you watch teams like Tunisia play at that time, posting such poor performances, you want to say that that's really
probably a waste of time. Yes, a waste of time and sleep.
All right, a waste of time and sleep. We're starting once again from the home front, like we always say. Charity begins from the home. We're starting with the news concerning the FIFA ranking. The Super Eagles of Nigeria, despite not featuring in the ongoing FIFA World Cup, have moved 2 places up. That's 24th in the world. Still remain 3rd in Africa. That is indeed a very massive one. And a lot of people will still begin to ask questions, Kelechi, on why Nigeria, because I was speaking with some South Africans, immediately the ranking was released, and then I talked about it, and they were like, how come Nigeria is moving up despite not featuring in the ongoing FIFA World Cup? But then that is the way it is.
If it's an exam, I'll probably have a straight A. It means that the FIFA rankings is just rankings. There's
it's a point accumulated.
Yes, I know. This is a discourse I've had over time on different shows. I don't rate the FIFA rankings. I don't. Not because I'm belittling the efforts FIFA actually puts into it. It doesn't determine if you are going to win the World Cup. It doesn't determine if you are going to win the Nations Cup.
Sure, it doesn't. It doesn't. But it's just an avenue to rate
just rate teams
and their performances.
And it's good. Nigeria is moving up, but Nigeria is not at the World Cup. My major concern is not Nigeria moving up in the FIFA rankings. It's Nigeria not being at the World Cup. Because we all know Nigeria has quality. Absolutely. So Nigeria moving up is no surprise to me. I just hope that, apart from moving up on the FIFA rankings, I want Nigeria to do better as a national team. Because we are in a silent golden age. If Nigerians want to admit it or not, Nigeria, that the Super Eagles, are in a silent golden age. Imagine what it will portend in the future if this team never makes it to the World Cup with the likes of Osimhen and Ademola Lookman. That's my major concern. Not the FIFA ranking.
And it's not looking likely because by the time we're going to be having the next edition of the FIFA World Cup, some of these players.
But I think they'll be more experienced. I'm backing Nigeria to make the next World Cup. They'll be more experienced, likes of Osimhen, Lookman. I'll be backing them.
All right. Well, one of the things that we also saw during the ranking was actually released on the 20th of this month. That's the month of June. And one of the things we also saw, there's this record that's been with the Nigerian national team since 1994 about the fact that they were 5th in 1994.
Going to the World Cup.
Going to the World Cup after we won the African Cup of Nations. Then now the Moroccan team occupied that fifth position. I think that it's really got to show about how the Moroccan team have improved over the years. Though after some time, when the Brazilian played, they actually toppled them. They moved back to sixth position, but they've been able to attain that record. The same record with Nigeria has been the two African teams to have ever, moved
occupied
that
yes, into top five.
Top five as far as FIFA ranking is concerned.
For me, it's not magic. It's simple. Morocco are doing two things right. Nigeria have a team, but on the other hand, they're not doing the administrative part. They're not doing it well. Morocco are doing both very well.
Yes.
And I think they're going to be there. They're going to be in the top five. Bordering upon how they do at this World Cup, they're going to be in that position for a long time. I'm just hoping they have very good World Cup like in 2022 as well.
All right, we hope they have a very good World Cup, and it was their performance at the previous World Cup that opened doors for the number of African teams that are participating in this year's FIFA World Cup, which happens to be 10, is unprecedented, and we are really very excited about what the African teams are doing. But we'll come back to the FIFA World Cup later. Let's quickly switch attention to tennis, and we have this pleasant news from Serena Williams. It's been confirmed that Serena Williams has been given a wild card to return to the court as far that's for the Wimbledon Open, which is coming up much later. I think it was an exciting news for me, because I think if you're talking about one of the fans of Serena Williams, happens to be one of them with the achievements she's recorded and all of that, and then being given a wild card to compete. Do you think Serena Williams has what it takes to compete with the present crop of tennis players?
Well, I don't think that will do justice to the kind of legend she is.
Yes,
because I'm not going to say she still has it. She's 44.
Yes.
Time has, her better time has gone beyond her now, or gone behind her now. But for me, I think it's the story behind it. It's the inspiration behind it. Everybody who's always saying, I can't do it. This is a story to latch up on. You latch onto that story. You also draw inspiration from it instantly.
Absolutely.
I mean, the last time she won a Wimbledon tournament was in 2016, and it was doubles with her sister. And that was when she won the singles as well.
Yes.
And, they have 13. She has 13, pardon me, they have 13. Between herself and her sister in the singles, she has 7. Her sister has 7, yes. Her sister has 5.
5, yes.
They are going to be in the doubles together. Yeah. And it's the first time since 2016 as well. A mighty, 10 years. I think it's the story behind it. I don't care if she wins, if she equals Margaret Court's record or not.
Yeah.
It is the story behind it. It's fascinating
to
see Serena Williams at 44 coming back. And I think the story is going to be very grand this time around. Should she go all the way and equal Margaret Court's record? I think it's going to be a better story now even.
All right, it's going to be a better story. We're looking forward to it. Everyone is looking forward to that. And then, like Kelechi said, she has 7 Grand Slam titles as far as the Wimbledon Open singles is concerned, rather. And then we hope that she will be able to get the job done. I'm a fan of Serena Williams, and of course, we will be rooting for her to get the job done. We'll go on this short break, and we'll come back straight to all the happenings as far as the 2026 FIFA World Cup is concerned. Do join us again. Cape Verde is a stunning island nation in the Atlantic Ocean with the population of 550,000 people. Just very small compared to the smallest state in Nigeria, which happens to be Bayelsa. Bayelsa can boast of the population of 3.4 million. And can you see what Cape Verde seems to be doing in the ongoing FIFA World Cup against 2 heavyweights as far as FIFA World Cup is concerned? They were able to hold their own, not giving up, showing resilience and doggedness, and of course they were able to churn out impressive results in their games. I'm very sure that you've been so impressed with what Cape Verde has been doing in this year's FIFA World Cup. They've been able to hold their own. One of the few teams that you feel might likely be beaten, but they are getting the job done.
And I'm grinning from ear to ear. There's a massive story brewing around that Cape Verde team. I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, if they draw their 3 matches, they might be one of the teams that will go through with 3 points. If they draw their 3 matches. It's a good thing, first and foremost. But you will back them now. You are going to back them in that final game against Saudi Arabia. But then they can't afford to underrate Saudi Arabia. It's going to be the easiest game on paper.
On paper.
But it might be the most difficult game.
Absolutely.
Because Saudi Arabia also are looking to progress.
Yes.
So I think we're going to have a big power tussle in that game. It's going to be probably the most interesting game in that group. But for Cape Verde, playing out a 2-2 scoreline just recently again, after stunning Spain, I think it's amazing what they are doing. Talked about the size. Emphatic. Another inspirational story. I think this show is about inspirations. And that's a second inspiration that even myself, I'm going to draw from. I think it's amazing the story they're putting out there.
Because a lot of people do not even know where Cape Verde is. And of course, they were able to announce themselves at the biggest stage of the FIFA World Cup with impressive performances. That cannot be said about some other African teams. The KT Eagles of Tunisia were there. They've always had the chance to qualify for the World Cup, and you expect to get the best from them against teams that some of our other African teams have been able to, tussle with and churn out good results. They were left, being beaten by a wide margin. And
the very sad part of all of this with Tunisia is Tunisia are always quick to make the World Cup. But I think when they get to the World Cup, they tend to beat themselves down psychologically before they even start playing the games. You see the output in the two games. The first game was against Sweden. 5-1 scoreline. Terrible. Then against Japan. We know Japan are like, the next best thing. Well, the next, best thing when you look at other teams. Look at England, look at France, look at Netherlands, are the next best. Because we're talking about England, Brazil. These are teams they beat on the run-up to the World Cup. So they're a very strong side. But you should be able to go toe-to-toe with them because you don't have anything to lose. After being, whiplashed in the first game, 5-1, go toe-to-toe against them. It was a disappointing game. And for me, disappointing from Tunisia as well, once again at the World Cup. It's not the first time. The last time around in 2022, they also did not make it out of the group stage. They can't keep going tournament after tournament. That's a period of 8 years. It means you don't improve in 8 years. As a human being, you always have to evaluate yourself over 1 year, 2 years. 8 years is a long time for you not to achieve anything at the World Cup. So for me, they need to go back. And if they make it to the next World Cup, hopefully, which they will, they always seem to make the World Cup, they need to come with something better. This is far disappointing.
The funniest part is that they didn't concede a single goal in their group
qualifying
for the World Cup. And now they have they bagged in 9 goals and only able to score a single goal. It's a very disappointing one. Can we also say the same about the Ivorian national team? No, that cannot actually be said about them. Against the German machine, they were able to fight, and a lot of us expected Ivory Coast, with the caliber player, the young, vibrant players in their squad, to kill the game. But Kelechi, unfortunately, they took their foot off the gas pedal, and the goal came in the 9 minutes of the game.
The African teams are divided into two parts. There are teams that have gotten to the level of the European teams in terms of technicality. They can go toe-to-toe with the European teams technically. But we're still looking at some teams, likes of Algeria, the likes of Senegal, we're still looking at them and looking at what they'll still, going forward into the tournament, what they're going to bring. But I think we can judge fairly. We can judge fairly with the likes of Ivory Coast now. We can judge, technically they are good. We can judge with Morocco as well. But my problem with the African teams is, yes, technically they are at par with some of the European teams, but then they don't play with momentum. They don't play with momentum. In a football game, you play with momentum. When the momentum is in your hands, you kill the game.
Absolutely.
That is why you see a lot of these European teams are different from the African teams. They might not play well, but when they get a sniff, they won't let you back into the game. They will never let you back into the game.
Exactly.
And I think the Ivory Coast should have beat Germany.
Yeah,
they had a very good chance to beat Germany.
It was a very, very good chance to beat the German team. Very sad one. But let's look at one of the teams you talked about, the Teranga Lions of Senegal. Because I looked at the team. They are one of the best teams in the African continent.
And even in the world.
Even in the world. Going into this tournament, a lot was expected of them. And when the friendly matches were going on, I had my reservation about their performance against the United States of America in that game when they lost. The defense, the way it was, the passes where the awareness was not as quick as I expected. And then against France, it was a total demolition, 3-1. I expected, because the same team, you want to say, it was a friendly game. Yes, I know that was what you said the other time. It was a friendly game against the Ivorians. But I watched the game. I saw the way the Ivorians played. Young, the youthfulness in them actually helped them to win that game. And for the Senegalese team, do you think they have a chance? Because a lot of people expect Senegal and the Moroccan team to go all the way, probably get to the semi-final like the Moroccans did in the last World Cup. What can you say about this Moroccan team? For me, I've not really been impressed. I wasn't impressed with the way they played against the French national team.
Let's touch down on Senegal. I still believe in Senegal. I'm not going to. That's why I will always differ. When it comes to the friendly games, I think they have the manpower. The only problem I see, Senegal are going to be their own downfall. There's news coming out that Pape Thiaw hasn't been paid for a bit now.
That's a very big distraction.
It might distract the team, but if it comes to manpower, Senegal can go toe to toe with any team in the world. For Morocco, it just boils down on what I told you about. The African teams have to play with momentum. They have to respect momentum in the game, and they have to be aware of it. You're not going to have the ball all the time, and you're not going to lose the ball all the time as well. So when you have the upper hand, make sure you make it bear upon the game. So for me, we still have a lot of hope. That's the African continent.
All right.
Cape Verde, Morocco, Senegal,
Egypt,
Ivory Coast.
Even Egypt also topping their
first win in 92 years. First ever win.
Massive.
After 92 years, first win in a World Cup.
Absolutely.
So for me,
for
a lot of stories are still brewing, and I'm waiting to read all of it. I'm very excited for Africa.
All right, very excited for Africa. Let's move away from the African scene and, of course, look at the other teams are also playing at the ongoing FIFA World Cup. The Belgian national team also in the same group with Egypt are struggling for form. Lukaku, Kevin De Bruyne, and all of them seems not to get their rhythm in this year's FIFA World Cup. Do you think they also stand a chance to qualify from that group and go far in the tournament?
For the better part of 3 World Cups now, there's this talk I've been hearing. I've never been a believer in the Belgian national team. They always seem to they always seem to underachieve.
Personnels.
They always seem to underachieve, just like their neighbors, the Netherlands. They have personnel, but when they come to the World Cup, you don't see them do anything spectacular with that personnel. The only time I think Netherlands came close was in '78 when they had Johan Cruyff. But for Belgium, I am not disappointed. A lot of those key players are aging. Lukaku, De Bruyne. We know some some young players, the Kuipers, and a few young players are coming into the team now. I'm not disappointed. They might crash out again, just like the last time in the group stages. Iran has made it even more difficult for them.
More difficult, yeah.
But then their last game, I think they should be able to, get at least a win in their last game.
All right, Kelechi, let's look at all the teams. The teams that the pundits have touted are proud to the World Cup as teams as favorites to win the tournament. We have Portugal.
Okay.
Portugal seems to be struggling right now. We have France. We have the German team.
Argentine.
We have the Argentine team. We also have the Dutch team. Which of these teams will you say have impressed you so far?
It's still difficult to tell because for France, for example, they struggled a bit in that game against Senegal. So that's why I don't think it was a total demolition of the Senegal.
But their superiority showed
in the second half, and manpower showed. They had the extra quality. So I'm still looking at France. But the most disappointing was Portugal. I was expecting a lot with the kind of material Portugal has. I mean, when you talk about PSG, it's Portuguese. PSG is basically Portuguese. It's the Portuguese talent in PSG that makes it thick for me. So I am disappointed with them, but I'm looking at England. I'm beginning to look at England. I was very impressed. Croatia is a very difficult team to play at the World Cup. And recent pedigree has shown it.
So
I'm looking at England. I'm still looking at Argentina. Messi still has it.
Messi still has it.
So I'm looking at Argentina.
That's a massive
and France.
One. And France. Can you say the same?
And France somewhere in between as well. Those
France. Can you say, you said Messi still has it. Can you say the same of Cristiano Ronaldo for Portugal? Because though we can say that the Portuguese national team didn't play well in the first game because even Ronaldo only had 4 balls, and which he couldn't really make any meaningful thing with that. But we look at Lionel Messi, the leading scorer along Kylian Mbappe, with Cristiano Ronaldo. For me, how will you describe the first round games that both players have played?
I think Argentina probably had the more easy team because you might say DR Congo haven't been at the World Cup.
Argentina has a more easy team? No,
DR Congo might be coming to the World Cup the first time since 1974.
Algeria is not an easy team, Kelechi.
For Argentina?
For Argentina,
yes. I think it's an easy team.
Algeria, the desert
because they can measure what Algeria can put out.
Well, let's go back to the last African Cup of Nations.
Yes.
The quarterfinal period between both teams, DR Congo and the Desert Foxes of Algeria. The Algerian team won the game,
but it was a difficult. It was a difficult game. That's what I'm telling you.
So because
I rate the DR Congo team more because of I am more aware of the players they have, and they have that tag, that labeling as dark horses. I knew it was going to be a difficult game for Portugal, basically because DR Congo know how to defend a lot, and
very organized.
Ronaldo, the loud music has tuned down a bit when it comes to Ronaldo. Ronaldo no longer has that razzmatazz, and they need to play to his strength. You have to deliver the ball even more. If you're delivering 5 balls to Ronaldo in the box 18 before, now you have to do 10, you have to do 15 because he needs it. Unlike Messi doesn't need it. Messi is still kind of fresher. But for Ronaldo, I think Portugal will get it right, but their next game is going to be very key.
All right, it's going to be very key. We wait to see how things will pan out. It's really very exciting. The excitement is still on, and we're delighted to always, wait in the middle of the night to watch those games. And we hope that the African teams will always get the job done, make Africa proud, also equaling or probably eclipsing the record set by Morocco at the last FIFA World Cup. Let's go on this short break, and we'll give you Sport Pizza video of the week. Do enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and we hope that the Cape Verde team will sustain the momentum. Thank you very much. This is much we can take on this week's episode of Sport Pizza. Kelechi Nwosu, I really want to once again thank you for your time on the show.
You don't have to thank me. I enjoyed myself.
We're going to do it again together
as always
next week, and of course we'll keep enjoying the FIFA World Cup.
Thank you for having me.
All right, if you have missed some episode of this program, you can go to our YouTube channel and enjoy the videos there for your viewing delight. Thank you very much for your time on the show. Join us again next week for a bigger and a bumper edition of the show. Do have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.